Welcome, everyone. You are watching another episode of the Live Today show right here on CAN TV, Channel 21. I am Dr. Cherie, your host for the show, as well as the founder of the Live Today Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization with the mission of providing joy, inspiration, and free compression garments to cancer patients and survivors living with lymphedema. I'm so happy that you guys have decided to join us today. And let me share my screen with you because there's some information that I would like to share about the Live Today Foundation. And so let me share with you here. First of all, like I stated, we are the Live Today Foundation. You can find out more information about us at our website. Go out to www.live-today.org. We have tons of information out there. Go out there, get familiar with the site. We also have, now that we've revised our website, you can actually request free compression garments right there on the website. There is a tab for request free garments application, and you can simply answer the questions online and we'll get the email notification that you and or your loved one are in need of free compression garments, and we can get the process and the ball rolling. You can also shoot us an email. Tell us what you think of the programming. Tell us what additional resources you may be looking for. Tell us if we're doing a good job. Or if you're interested in volunteering with us, if you're interested in making a particular type of donation, shoot us an email at info@live-today.org. Or for those of us that still like to use the telephone, you can feel free to give us a call at 754-220-0234. For those of you that are out on social media, please engage with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find us at livetoday.org. That's LIVE today, DOTORG. And also find us on YouTube, all of our past TV shows, additional extra videos. Sometimes there may have been speaking engagements that I may have been a part of that provides helpful information as a cancer patient or survivor, or a different webinar where I may have presented on lymphedema and what it's like to live with lymphedema. We also add those videos out to our YouTube channel. So out on YouTube, just search Live Today Foundation or the Live Today Foundation, and you'll find all of our videos that are accessible to you. And be sure to click subscribe and click on notifications so that when another video becomes available, you will be immediately notified. Now, today I wanted to speak to you about transitioning from active treatment to cancer survivorship. And I got to give credit to Carolyn Bachani, who is an oncology advanced practice nurse at Penn Medicine in Philadelphia. She is the managing editor of OncoLink, and you can find out more at oncolink.org. And she is also the creator of the OncoLife Survivorship Care Plan. The reason why I chose this particular topic is because recently I have come across a number of cancer patients that have expressed this transitional feeling that doesn't all the time feel good. And they've been kind of feeling like they're floating out there on their own as they end active treatment and then transition to this new survivorship stage. So many times during active treatment, you have set responsibilities, right? Some of you may have been able to take a leave from work. Some of you have worked while going through treatment, but either way, been placed on a regular regimen, right? So you're either getting chemo at certain intervals, you're getting radiation every day, you're going for physical therapy, maybe to address any cording in your armpit after surgery, or you're following up with your doctors in regular intervals. So you kind of have a care plan in place. And then all of a sudden, treatment ends and bells are rung and maybe given a certificate and it's this congratulations. And then now the way you have been living from anywhere between 6 to 10 months or even longer is now completely disrupted. It's changed. And although you're moving into the survivorship stage where people would anticipate that this should be an exciting and wonderful time for you because you get to go back to normal, but you quickly realize that normal is not necessarily normal. It is a new reality for you. Wouldn't necessarily use the term normal anymore. So because so many individuals have approached me about this and asked how did I deal with it, how did I adjust, what are some tools, I thought, well, maybe this would be a good addition and a good topic for us to discuss. So let me start here. So like I stated before, you think that when you get to the end of treatment that you will be celebrating, but when the time comes you may be surprised about how overwhelmed you may feel, and you may be overwhelmed with fear, uncertainty, vulnerability, not to mention lingering treatment side effects. They include lymphedema. And to make matters worse, your friends and family may not understand why you feel this way. So you are finished with treatment and you'll soon be getting back to work, family responsibility, and life, quote unquote, as it used to be. But things have changed. They are no longer as they used to be. You are no longer as you used to be, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and financially. And so oftentimes that change is for the better when you're done with treatment, but it still can be scary because there's so many uncertainties that lie out there. And so now that your treatment is over, now what? When you first get diagnosed with cancer, you may have thought, how would I get through this? But you did. Many cancer survivors come through treatment with a feeling of accomplishment, a new, renewed sense of purpose. I know that I did. Oh my goodness. I felt a new purpose for my life, a new mission for my life. And I certainly had a new outlook on life. But I also found that although my outlook on life changed, there were many individuals around me, theirs didn't need to. And so this new me that I didn't really want to be had to go through some adjustments, not only for myself, but with those around me. And so, although you may have a new outlook on life, you have to figure out a way to walk this new path, to accomplish this new sense of purpose. And this may all translate into sometimes a new career. It certainly did for me. A commitment to spending more time with the people you love. It certainly did for me. Or a desire to give back to others who are taking this cancer journey. And yet again, it did so for me, hence the founding of the Live Today Foundation. Other cancer survivors are simply eager just to pick back up where they left off when their cancer showed up. And some individuals have been able to do that. And some I have that they have shared with me that they struggled because they struggled to put themselves back in a box that they no longer fit in because things have changed. And so while each person may have to work through their own process of settling into life after cancer, there are some things that you can do to make this transition a little bit easier. So, number one, face your fears. One of the most common fears that people have after cancer treatment is fear that the cancer will return. Unfortunately, this fear may never completely go away. I am 14 years out from my diagnosis and surgery, and I still have certain concerns. And it's not that easy to say how to manage it. And for some people, it doesn't necessarily get easier to manage. Sometimes we just kind of modify our responses to certain symptoms or certain news from maybe other cancer patients or stories that we may hear. It's funny how when you're a cancer patient and or survivor, you now seem to be surrounded by people that have all types of cancer stories. And some individuals just love sharing, and they may share a story that starts with, oh, my daughter, or my niece, or my neighbor, or my cousin, or my mom, or my grandmother. Yeah, they had breast cancer. Oh man, she beat it for 20 years. And yeah, and then she lost the battle in 2019. People mean well, but that is not particularly the story that a cancer patient or a new survivor really finds joy in hearing. Because even though you're sharing a story of 20 years of living, afterwards, if you're talking to a woman who was diagnosed at 22 and you're saying that person lived for another 20 years, you're now stating that it's possible at the age of 42, that may be the end of my life. And so sometimes people just don't know really how to talk to us as cancer patients and survivors. So we have to manage what comes in. We have to learn how to process what individuals are saying. And in my book, When Everything Changed, My Journey from Physician to Patient, I share how I had to learn how to talk to people and teach people how to talk to me. I couldn't any longer just be a garbage can for every cancer story that was out there. And so I had to use caution when I was talking to new individuals, when I was in my public figure role, versus when I was talking to a close family member or friend telling me a story that they heard about. I had to caution with them just how far and just how much detail they gave me, because all the time I wasn't able to handle the news that they were willing or wanting to share. So think of fear, and I love the way Carolyn puts this. Think of fear as a passenger in your car. Now, that fear may ride up front with you for a while, especially in the beginning, but as time goes by and you find ways to cope with your fear, it kind of moves to the back seat. And eventually you'll find that fear just becoming a reflection in your rearview mirror. Now, your fear may jump back into the front seat when it comes time for your regular checkups, or if you have a symptom that worries you, but that's okay. Those feelings are normal. Just don't let that fear take control and get to the place where it becomes the steering wheel, right? Find outlets that can help you release some of your fears. Things like meditation, which I do, exercise, which I do daily, and just something that you enjoy doing. It may be knitting, it may be crocheting. For me, I love reading, or getting out and gardening. When you're doing something else, it takes your mind and attention off of other things. We like to pride ourselves in multitasking, but really, our minds, especially as we age, when we get involved in a task, that task really will take on our attention, and there is less thought and attention on other things. And remember that your oncology team is only a call away, a phone call away, a message in your patient portal away, an email message away, a telehealth visit away. So we now have a number of resources where we can get in touch with our cancer care team, uh, if we have concerns and should we need reassurance. So the first thing is face your fears. Secondly, stick with a plan. Now, whether it's a long term hormonal therapy or annual cancer screening, sticking with the follow up care plan prescribed by your oncology team will help you to your path of wellness. If side effects from the hormonal therapies are interfering with your ability to take the medications as prescribed, or go through your normal activities of daily living or work, or it's impacting certain social things that you want to participate in, um, talk with your healthcare team. They can help you find ways to manage these side effects so that you can continue receiving your treatment. What I do not want you to do, and again, this is a story that I heard so many times of individuals being, let's say, on hormonal therapies, and they didn't like the increase hot flashes or the weight gain or the insomnia, um, or the change in their taste buds, or a number of other things. And they simply decided themselves that they would either stop the medication altogether, or they would try to half the dose, or they would go to every other day. And they did so without ever talking to their health. And they would share with me, and of course, I will scold them. As not only a cancer survivor who has been on the hormonal therapies, and I took it for the full 10 years, and all of the nasty side effects that you can think about, I just about had them all. But the benefits outweigh the risk and the side effects to me. So I stuck with my healthcare plan. But they would tell me, and I would scold them not only as a cancer survivor, but also as a physician. You do yourself a disservice, especially when you're in treatment. That's what your insurance is for. That's what your co-pays are for. You are paying us as a physician, if I'm putting myself back in the physician role, to serve you. So if you're having problems, like I stated, send an email, go into your patient portal, send an email, send a text message if you have their mobile number, email or phone call, and talk with them about whatever side effects that you may be having. If you feel like it's just to a place, I can't do this, I don't have a good quality of life taking this medication, talk with them and let them work with you on a better alternative than you attempting to practice medicine on yourself and doing yourself a disservice. And as the years pass, that annual mammogram or any other cancer screening that you go through, you'll find that sometimes it can drop down on the priority list, but don't let that happen. Talk to your oncology team about putting together what's called a survivorship care plan. And that's going to address your post treatment concerns. It's going to help guide you through survivorship, and it's going to ensure that you continue to receive optimal health care from all of your medical doctors and your health care partners. So make sure, and again, I didn't do this, and this wasn't really kind of like the mainstay of treatment back when I was going through my cancer treatment, but now it certainly is. Having a survivorship care plan should be commonplace if you're a cancer patient being treated at a facility that has a cancer team that treats cancer patients. You should not just have the bell rang and receive a certificate and not have a survivorship plan in place. That means let's go over if you need to be on hormonal therapies. Let's go over what side effects you can anticipate. Let's go over if you have these side effects, please give us a call because there may be other options that we can try. If you have such and such symptoms and they continue or they worsen or they're severe, give us a call. There should be a plan in place. And it's something about having that plan in place. Even if you never really needed to act on the plan, except for keeping up with your routine testing and follow up and what have you, just having it in your pocket, knowing that I have a place to go, alleviates so many cares and concerns. And again, it reassures you that you're not just being sent to the wolves and out there on your own. Oh, you've gotten your treatment. Okay, bye. No, your survivorship care plan not only keeps you in touch with the healthcare system and or hospital where you receive treatment, but it should also be opening you up to opportunities within your community, cancer support groups, other areas like the Live Today Foundation, where you can get a set of free compression garments should you need it for lymphedema and other resources. So ask them if they have a survivorship care plan. Number three, make your health a priority. Research has shown that healthy behaviors such as eating a balanced diet, exercising regularly, and maintaining a healthy weight can reduce the risk of cancer coming back. Use the transition to survivorship as a time to implement a healthier lifestyle. Get the whole family involved with eating healthier meals and incorporating exercise into everyone's daily routine. When I was practicing regularly, and if there was a patient who was diabetic, that diabetes diagnosis, I stress to the patient, is a family diagnosis. You should not be preparing food for you and then preparing all of the foods that could lead to an exacerbation of your diabetes and or uh, cause of your diabetes to the rest of your family. It just doesn't make sense. Same thing with a person who's been diagnosed with high blood pressure. If I'm cutting back on salt, I'm going to cut back on salt on everybody. And sure enough, when you cut back on it, your taste buds get used to it, and now the family is adjusted. Now that that child grows up, they're not thinking about pouring a whole bunch of salt on their food because they grew up without having salt necessarily in their diet. Same thing with the cancer diagnosis. It should be a family diagnosis. Yes, there are more than likely some changes that need to occur in your diet. I love antioxidants now. I've always been passionate about fruit, but I'm certainly now looking and eating the fruits that are high in antioxidants than I did before. There's certain foods that contain soy. Guess what? I don't eat those anymore. And so make it a family priority, make it a family diagnosis. And after treatment, you may have to start slow when it comes to exercise. Going to be things, especially depending upon the type of surgery you've had. You're going to want to talk to your breast surgeon. You're going to want to talk with your oncologist. There may be certain scarring and healing and things where you may need to go just a little bit slower. That's okay. Just start. Just start. And sometimes it's a daily walk through the neighborhood can be a great jumping off point. And then as you get stronger, you'll push yourself to do a little bit more each week. So that was number three. Number four, turn your lemons into lemonade. Many survivors find it beneficial to use their cancer experience to help others. The Live Today Foundation. It's funny because here's my reality. As a physician, I practiced for 16 years clinical medicine. I volunteered, and from the time I was 9, 8 or 9 in the church, and then went out to the community. I volunteered in hospital emergency rooms, in high school and in college, again, getting me prepared for my medical career because I've always wanted to be a physician ever since I was 2 years old. But out of all the volunteering that I've done, out of all the community work I've done, and I've done a lot, I never would have thought to start an organization, a nonprofit that provides free compression garments to individuals living with lymphedema. It was not on my radar. I heard about lymphedema in med school. We talked about it a little bit. I know what causes it, but having never been a patient myself, having never gone through, oh my God, people can lose their careers being impacted by lymphedema. But because it was a life experience that I went through that changed me completely, and because when I looked around for help and for additional resources, I didn't find any, not the resources that I was looking for. So I'd started my own. So without my testimony of being a breast cancer patient, then survivor, and now lymphedema patient, the Live Today Foundation would have never come into fruition. And so, although I'm not thankful for my breast cancer diagnosis, I am grateful and thankful that I have been able to one get through my treatment, get through it, and grieve through the process properly, including therapy. I've said that a number of times, and be able to be in a place where I am now passionate enough to say that I've gotten through it, and I don't want anyone to ever have to go through the type of pain that I went through if they don't have to. If there's any way possible that I can make a difference in someone's cancer journey, I want to do it. And so I am grateful and thankful that I ended up on the other side of treatment wanting to give back. And so if this idea appeals to you, first give yourself time to heal both physically and emotionally. And for those of you who are faith-based, spiritually as well. And when you're ready, get involved in a way that is meaningful to you. You may want to join a buddy program to mentor someone who's newly diagnosed with cancer, or help raise money or awareness for a cancer charity, like the Live Today Foundation, or volunteer at a local cancer center, or at the Live Today Foundation. I'm putting in all types of plugs today. But giving back in this way can help you find meaning in your cancer journey, and it can help you move forward as a cancer survivor. The transition from active treatment to survivorship isn't always an easy one. However, I can tell you that with the right tools and a survivorship care plan in place, you can embrace your survivorship with a renewed sense of purpose and a new outlook on life. Let me tell you this, you can come through after treatment with a renewed sense of purpose and a new outlook on life that will change the rest of your life. It can propel you into something you could have never thought possible. And the impact that you can have on the lives of so many other individuals can be phenomenal. And so I would encourage you that if you are nearing the end of an active treatment for cancer, ask your healthcare provider, ask your medical doctor for a survivorship care plan, or you can create one for yourself. Go to unclelife.unclelink.org. Make sure you check out these resources. Again, you want to know more about the Live Today Foundation, find us on our website, www.live-today.org. I'm encouraging you right now, go ahead, get out there, just take a look. You're going to be amazed at how many resources we have available to you. If you are in need or a loved one is in need of a set of free compression garments, you can click on request free compression garments right there on the website and complete a simple application process, and we can get you into a set of compression garments. Shoot us an email, tell us how we're doing. Let us know if there's some additional information you'd like to hear about, or you may have additional resources that we can share on the website, or you want to work with us, you want to help us out, maybe at a local event. We will be having a local event coming up July 21st. Oh my goodness, I was about to forget that. We will have an event coming up July 21st, 2020, right here in Chicago at the Timothy Community Corporation, located at 4351 South Drexel Avenue, right here in Chicago. We will have a number of other nonprofit organizations there. We will have Equal Hope there to get you signed up for free mammograms. We're going to have Beyond a Mammogram there. We're also going to have Sisters Working It Out, and we're going to have the Tasha Joyner Foundation, and they're going to be there sharing a wealth of information, letting you know what resources they have available. We're going to have some light snacks. We're going to have some music. Then I'm going to teach a little bit on lymphedema education. And here's the exciting part, lymphedema early detection and therefore prevention of chronic debilitating lymphedema. If you are a cancer patient or survivor, you do not want to miss this event. July 21st from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Timothy Community Corporation, located at 4351 South Drexel here in Chicago, Illinois. Please come out. And for cancer patients and survivors, we will have a phenomenal gift bag for you full of full-size products from Thrive Cosmetics. Full size, ladies, you don't want to miss it. Now, shame on me for not having the flyer available for you to see. But when this airs, I'll make sure that in the notes, you'll have the Eventbrite link. It is free. Tickets are free. We're just getting registration so we can keep up with the numbers, so we can make sure we have enough food and gift bags available. But I'll make sure that it appears in the notes for the video, so that you'll be able to go in for that link and get signed up. And for those of you that just want to give us a call, shoot us a call at 754-220-0234. You're on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at livetoday.org. That's livetoday, DOTORG. Find us on YouTube at the Live Today Foundation or Live Today Foundation. You'll find this video plus all of the other ones, plus all of the extra notes. So listen, guys, I want you to make sure that you get out there, you search for us. Also, when you go out to the Facebook, when you get out to Facebook and look under the Live Today Foundation page, there we've created an event for the event that I mentioned. It is entitled Lymphedema Can't Ruin My Survivorship event that will be held at the Timothy Community Corporation. So you can find out more information on the Live Today Foundation page. There will be notes. I'll make sure I put the Eventbrite link in the notes for this video. And guys, I hope you have enjoyed the information that I have shared today. It's just so important, and whatever resources that I can share that will make this cancer journey easier for you, that's what I want to do. I can tell you this. I am grateful and so blessed that, again, like I stated, this has not been an easy journey, but I'm grateful that I ended up on the other side with enough care, concern, compassion, emotional intelligence to make life better for others. I'm Dr. Cherie, and remember, I want you to be present, take charge of your life, and live today and every day. God bless you. Until next time.